from now, you may have a cracker that can come up and say, well, I hate the fact that my ancestors did this to your ancestors, and I hate the fact that we have to live based on what we did. But that doesn't negate judgment. Oh, come on. That doesn't negate judgment. That doesn't stop the fact that they're going to be judged just because you hate them.
Verse 3, it says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you.
And the average Edomite, they're doing pretty good. Average Edomite makes about what 250,000 pounds a year, or a million. You got the average Edomite in England, they're millionaires.
Wow.
Okay?
Average.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Go to West London. Them devils that live in West London, they're millionaires, man. So when you compare the lifestyle of Jake compared to these Edomites, they're living good. But there's different levels of being rich, though.
Right.
You have the banking elite,
Yeah,
which mainly this is talking about them. But when they lose out, the whole nation is going to lose out. Go on, bro.
It says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold the hire of the labourers who have reaped down your fields.
Yeah, what verse you in?
4.
You read verse 3 again.
James chapter 5 and 3, it says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh.
Yeah, it shall be a witness against you, and it shall be fire unto you, as a fire unto you. And that's why you have these same companies like Lloyd's. Lloyd's Bank. No, the insurance company. Lloyd's, the insurance company.
Yeah, bank, yeah.
Right? They're saying that they wanna pay reparations.
Yeah.
Because what that company has done to our people.
Yeah.
And what it is it stains their character. It stains the way they look. The presentation of their company, knowing that company was established by the backs of our forefathers.
Yeah.
So this is why they want to give money all of a sudden. And even you have Barclays Bank.
Yeah.
You have what else bank you have?
Royal Bank of Scotland.
Right, the Bank of Scotland, the Bank of England, all of these banks. They all came about because of our ancestors. And this is why they're talking about these reparations, because it hurts them to know that this is what they did. And this is why it says what it says right there.
It says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire.
And it shall eat your flesh as it would fire. Meaning they're going to be, what's the word, man? They're going to be, their consciousness is going to get at them. Go on, bro.
Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the labourers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud.
Yeah, because who are the labourers? We're the labourers, and he built this society up and through, right? But yet and still we have not got the rewards of our labor. You know, we're still being oppressed here. So eventually there's going to be some kind of judgment, and the kind of judgment is going to be that of the nuclear destruction. Okay, and why more so the nuclear destruction? Because they've afflicted the people of the Lord, as the Lord likened us as the apple of his eye. So they did us wrong on every level. They robbed us as well. So the Most High's going to pay them back double according to what they've done. Go on, bro. Even though it was a Lord's judgment that's what he did, but they're still going to get paid that judgment.
Yeah.
They furthered their affliction, man. So they went too far anyway.
Yeah.
So they have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Verse 4 it says, behold the hire of the labourers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
Yeah, we're crying out. That's why we come out here and do, well, you know, partially this is why we come out here and do what we're doing. But as we're doing what we're doing, we're also making a complaint to the Lord. And even those that have died, that was wrongfully accused, shot down, they're making their cries before the Lord. Like how when you read the story of Cain and Abel, when Cain killed his brother Abel, basically there was a voice
Yeah, his blood was crying out from
Right.
his voice was crying out from his blood.
Exactly.
That's how Yahawashi, he hears justice from the crying of the
Yeah.
blood. It's a life to him,
Yeah, exactly.
because life is in the blood.
Exactly. So there you go. So the Lord is hearing the words of the poor and those that are being afflicted and have been killed on the soils of Great Britain and the soils beyond in America as well. Go on, bro.
Verse 5, it says, Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and have been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just.
Right, they have they condemned and killed the just. Who is the just? We're the just. What is it? They condemned the poor and killed the just. We're the poor. You see, so again, Esau has to pay for all of that. They have to pay for all that. You can't do something wrong like on that level,
Right.
and then ride into the sunset as they believe to think. And I don't blame them for believing in that, because to know that you're going to be judged by the things that they've done, the judgment is going to be heavy upon them, and they're not going to. And they obviously, the thought of that, they're not going to be able to live.
Right.
So they have to think otherwise. Oh well, you know, let's just tell black people in the media and however we can and say that we're sorry for slavery, and so that hopefully, under the intent, so that everything can go back to normal. No, that's not how it works. Get me Ecclesiastes 3, verse. You can start with verse 16. Because the Lord is going to require everything that which happened in the past, man. Like what we did wrong. Look what we did. We did some cruel stuff in the eyes of the Most High. And look how the Most High judged us. So for them to assume and think that they're going to get them scot-free, all you got to do is look at how he dealt with his sons and his daughters, his people whom he has chosen. Look what kind of level of affliction we had to deal with. All right. And then what they're going to have to do is look at how they're going to be judged. So if we didn't escape and we're the chosen people, then how the hell am I going to escape? That's how they should be thinking. But again, they're not going to think like that, because it hurts to know that they're going to be receiving the same judgment we received, double. Okay, so to make things better for themselves, let me not even think about that. Let me just accuse these niggas and being niggas and all of that other stuff. Right? Let me just do that, because it makes me feel better.
Right.
Say,
You're going, bro.
Turn over,
they,
go to sleep.
they like to speak on things like karma.
Yeah.
What goes around comes
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
And if you ask them, do they believe in it? They'll say yes. But then if you ask them, well then, do you think you should go into slavery? You know, do you think you should be hung from trees and all the rest of it? They're gonna say no. They're gonna say, well, you know, you can't make two wrongs don't make a right. That's how they roll.
Yeah, that happened when we was up in where we used to be. Where we used to be, sometime in Brixton. Where's the other place? Peckham. Yeah, that exact question was asked to. I think it was Yakel was speaking to someone, and he asked that question after what you just said, and he said, "So do you believe?" He said, "I don't believe in karma." Straight away, he said, "No."
You can trap them like that. They love to lie too much.
Yeah, come on.
That's the unison. You're talking about negative and negative, but the universal laws is that minus and minus equals positive.
Exactly.
That's great.
Exactly. See how that works? So they believe in karma, but only until it comes upon them. All of a sudden, things change, don't they? They don't believe it no more. Now these devils, man. They're going, bro. You got a few seconds.
Now they say, can we all get along?
Yeah, can we all get along? But you know what that is? It's the astray from judgment. There's no straying from judgment. Hey, go on, bro. Yeah, you're 3 and 16. Come.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Yeah, so we're judged on the earth. We're not judged in some underground basement called hell. And there's flames all over the place. That's all Greek mythology, man. Or if you do good, you're going to go into heaven, into the skies. That's not how that's operating, man. Whether you do good or bad, your spirit is going to go back to the Heavenly Father. And when your spirit goes back up to the Heavenly Father, you're going to be judged. Okay, and you're going to go before the judgment seat. And then your spirit is going to come back as a newborn baby. And you're going to play out that same judgment. Okay? You're going to play out the judgment according to what you've done in your past life. And it's down here on this earth. Go on, brother.
This is Job 3 and 17.
So that proves right there that the Most High required that, which is what? Acts.
Job 3 and 17. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest.
Yeah.
There the prisoners rest together, they hear not the voice of their oppressor. The small and the great are there, and the servant is free from his master.
Exactly. So all go to one place, and they're all at peace. So all of this talk about you burning in hell and you do good, you go to heaven. That don't exist, man. If you die, your spirit is gonna go to the Father. If you can, Baba Shah, brother, get me Ecclesiastes 12. Verse, you can read the last verse.
This is Jeremiah 30, and I'll start at 15. It says, "Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased."
Yeah, because our sins were, and this is why we're catching the hell that we're catching. And just to revert back to what the one was going into, when he was reading the scriptures concerning on how the Lord judges us right. His judgment is righteous judgment, it's true judgment. So why are we crying unto the Lord? Because our sins have increased. This is why we're in the thing because of the sins of our forefathers. You see? But let's read on, Paul.
It says, "I have done these things unto thee.
Yeah.
Therefore, all that devour thee shall be devoured."
Right, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. So what the Most High is going to do now, he's going to turn the judgment against them to devour them. You see? So they that have devoured us shall be devoured.
Same thing like who goes into captivity shall go into
captivity. Exactly. So there's no getting them scot-free. Just because they did what they did to us, and it may have been, and it was justified in the eyes of the Lord, that does not mean they're going to get them scot-free.
That's right, brother.
Go on, bro.
It says, "And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
Right.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil.
Yep.
And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey."
That the Lord will give for a prey, because we've been their prey. They've been preying on our children. They've been preying on our men and our women and our little daughters and etc. The whole nation has been a prey. So now they're going to be our prey now, and also they're going to be set up for extermination pursuant to Obadiah 1 and 18. And it's funny because for some time now they've been trying to exterminate us. You see, so everything that they do, they're going to experience and walk that judgment. That payback. They're going to have to walk and experience that payback. That's how the Lord is getting down in these last days. And it's always been getting down like that. Go on.
Verse 17 says, "For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after."
Right. So in other words, we're considered a nobody because of this media and Esau being on top of us, and therefore he has control of the media and saying that we're nobodies, we're a bunch of gangster and thugs, and that's all we live for, and all the above. You see, and the world is aware of that media nonsense, and they believe on that. But the Lord is going to change something else. The Lord is going to make it to where we're going to be getting a different kind of different outlook. That's the word, a different outlook, and the outlook is going to be the true outlook that we are the men of the Most High. Go on, brother.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Now, Tazadakia, South Carolina, brother. Yeah. All of his channels are down now. All of them. I've never been in the truth. I know his channels, once or twice they take his channel down, and he's usually got two up left, one left, but they're all down. And I'm thinking, because he's doing the walk and talk now, and he's telling people that they are, you know what I'm saying? That's what's really...
That's true, brother. That's a good point.
That's what's really, as you were saying, the media doesn't want that to go out.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are coming, I mean, he's very interactive, you know, sociable, and he's, you know, most of the people say, not going to come into the truth, but the fact that he's waking them up to who they are, and he's getting out there, so now I think that's why I think they took down these channels, all of these channels. He'll be back through the power. Yeah, go on.
South Carolina, I think it's GMS Bible Teachers SC. That's gone.
All three of them, because I was only just I was saying
the 05 has gone to the 05.
Yeah, because he's doing the walk and talk and he's interacting with the people. That's why I think. But he'll be back though, like, you know.
Yeah, because he's not saying anything.
Yeah, no. But they're being vindictive. That's the point. and the truth is cutting them too heavy.
Yep.
You know, back to you, sir.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Because see, the thing with YouTube, even though it's read in by Edomites, but with YouTube, you can create your own media. You can bring about your own narrative and stuff like that. At one time, I remember when it first came out, talking probably about 15 years ago, around 05, 06, around that time. That's when YouTube started to come in, right? And all you had on YouTube was people showing their pets and their dogs and going out on holidays and stuff like that. But then later on, as time went on, we talk about what, 3 years after it came out, 2008, 9, people started putting all kind of information about the government and this and that and the third, the Illuminati and the music business is this and it's corrupt. I remember those days, man, because I used to be on the computer heavy at the time, right? But now, this truth has literally proliferated itself because of YouTube, so much so that even the celebrities are now getting hip to this. And they want to be a part of this now. You see? So this is really having an effect on a larger scale, this truth is. To the point where they have to shut the video, they have to shut brothers' videos and accounts down and everything. That's why you got a lot of brothers in GMS that have backup accounts. Because they shut them down.
I think now if you do a video that's over 20 minutes, it doesn't go up until 24 hours later.
Wow.
Like that, because it has to be verified by YouTube.
Okay.
That's over 20 minutes.
Yeah. I don't get that. You don't get that? Some brothers get that. I know it was on a couple of the Apostles' channels. On my channel as well. If you anything over 20 minutes, you won't see it on the channel until like the next day. But when I read it up, they said we must verify that basically it's kosher to go up there.
Right.
And they talk about free speech, man. Now they're trying to control the speech.
Yeah.
Making any sense.
And what it is because the word is getting out. And also this truth is overshadowing their narrative because Esau likes to control the narrative. That's another thing that's what I'm thinking about. Esau wants to control the narrative, and the narrative is this: you tribes are just as I say you are. Okay, you're nothing. You're not gonna amount to anything. You're just thugs, and you're a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah.
And we are the superior ones. That's the narrative. So when we come out here with these scriptures and we have the gowns on and stuff like that, we're showing a different narrative, a different projection from the old projection as they created us to be. You see? So it upsets the whole entire program. And I say that as it is because it is a program. They program us to think a certain way, but what we're coming with is having you to think in a different way, which is the truth. Go on, brother. Yeah, go on.
You still want Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, come on.
Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall